Alright, welcome back. Today we're going to do some maintenance on the pressure washer down here. Got our small engine oil, AMSOIL small engine, 10W30. I'm also going to go ahead and install a hour meter on my pressure washer. I don't do a lot, but hey, it's something fun. Half the stuff I do is for fun, so something different, something neat. I'm going to give it a shot. Put an hour meter on my pressure washer. Right now we've got the break-in period they mentioned in the manual is about 3 hours or so for break-in on the pressure washer. Doesn't say nothing about changing oil after that, whatever, but I've done about 4 hours or so between doing my driveway, washing the truck a couple times, pressure washed my mom's patio and sidewalks and whatnot. So I've got about 3 to 4 hours on here. Break-in period's done. Going to go ahead and change it after all that initial wear and whatnot from the initial break-ins done on here. Put some fresh oil in here, put the hour meter on. We'll be good to go. I'll be able to see just how much I use this, how long I use it. I plan on using it more to wash the truck, as I've mentioned before in other videos. Maybe do the driveway a little bit more often, keep it looking nice. But that's the deal for today. I'm going to get you down here closer so we can do this pressure washer, do the oil change first, and then we'll do the hour meter. I'll go ahead and put a tag or whatever you want to call it in the description here for when I do the timestamp for when I do the hour meter. So if you don't care about changing oil in a pressure washer, but you are interested in the hour meter install, you can jump straight to it. So I'll go ahead and get you down here. We'll get started on the oil change. Alright, in getting set up, getting all my stuff together, my drip pan, socket, all that sort of stuff for the drain plug, all that together, trying to figure out what would fit to get to your drain plug right here. This wheel's in the way, the pump's in the way, the soap tank's in the way, but they did put a cotter pin or cotter key in the axle for this wheel. So I'm going to go ahead and take this guy off, put a couple bricks under here. That'll get that wheel out of the way. We should have plenty of room for the drip pan here. By the way, this is a Harbor Freight special. The Predator was a 2500 psi. Like I said, I've used about 4 hours now and it's been working good so far. Predator engines from Harbor Freight have got a good reputation, so I felt pretty good getting this guy. So easy enough on that for the wheel. If I don't lose all the washers. Like I said, cotter key, easy enough to pull out. Axle comes right out. I might not need bricks. Yeah, that'll work right there. Okay. A washer, an aluminum washer on the drain plug here, so that thing got a heck of a lot of threads too. See, already about 3-4 hours and it's already dirty. Like I said, that's that initial break-in. There's always going to be some initial wear for break-in, plus it's being a small engine, they just are a dirtier engine with the environment they work in. Not that it's a lawnmower engine. Again, I've mentioned that in the past. Other videos when I've changed oil and such in the lawnmowers, of course, they're in a dustier, stirring up dust environment. But still, it's important to keep your maintenance up on your small engines once a year or so. I think they said 20 hours is the duty cycle, or whatever you call it, for oil changes, maintenance cycle, about 20 hours, if I remember correctly. I doubt I'm going to use this thing 20 hours in a year, but I'm going to still change oil each year on this, depending on how much I use it, but I plan on using it. Obviously, like I said, a lot more than I, well, I've never had one, so I plan on using it. We got the top here, pops, let all that, any air bubbles, let it all drain out good. Low and high marks. Hopefully you can see that. I think, yeah, this one only holds about 3/4, 0.71, I think it said, of a quart. About 3/4 of a quart. As you know, obviously see, not very much in there. Again, another good reason to keep maintenance up on your small engines. They don't hold a lot of oil to circulate around and collect dirt in. Plus, depending on the small engine, you don't have a filter to collect that dirt. So you need to keep up your maintenance. See if it's going to dump a little bit. Maybe flush a little bit more contaminant that's sitting on the bottom there. I can see how it came clear right away. That's pretty well, but then too I've got it. That's a straight shot to the drain. That's okay though. We'll get that, it's probably pretty good right there. We'll give that a minute or so. I won't bore you with the drainage because it is still draining pretty decent. I might tip this a little bit, but I'll pause you here right quick and bring it back just like that. Okay. Actually, there's a little bit more came out than I expected, but that's good. We'll go ahead and put the drain plug back in. Just snug. That's aluminum, cast aluminum housing. Don't need to go super tight. It's not a race car. I don't know if you can see or not. I had already used this in, I think, topping off when I did the lawn tractor video. This was just what was left over from that. Works out just about right, about 0.7, about 3/4 of a quart. I'm going to go ahead and dump most of it in because I don't want to overfill. We'll get most of it in there, we'll check it. We'll probably end up using the rest of this bottle. About half a quart's worth. Yeah. That's right down at the low mark. Should be just about right. I'll still go a little bit at a time just to make sure I do not overfill. Overfilling on small engines, any engine for that matter, but especially ones that don't have a sump to them and a pickup for a fuel filter and a pump. These run off a splash system, and if you overfill, the crank and all sorts of connecting rods and whatnot will hit that excess oil, causing drag. Look at that right there, perfect. Yep, so that actually didn't quite take what I had left in there. That's okay. We're good. But yeah, the crank will hit that oil, causing drag. You get less power, less performance out of your engine. I know it's just a small engine, but still, every little bit counts when it comes to small engines. Especially something like this that puts a load on, or a lawnmower for that matter too, puts a load on when you hit those the tall wet grass, or with this when you hit the trigger and all of a sudden it has that demand for higher pressure. It puts a drag on the motor. You don't need anything robbing power that could have been avoided by not overfilling. So that guy's done, that guy's on. I'll grab my wheel. Cotter key. There we go, just like that. Easy enough for a pressure washer. Good to go. So there you go. Small engine oil for a small engine. 1030 in this one. Check your owner's manual. Some may require or call for a 530 or 1040, but check your manual. And then too, when it comes down to it, you know, depending on if you're in a really cold climate or really hot climate, but overall, most everything is going to call for 1030. But check your owner's manual just in case. So that's that. Let's go ahead and get into the hour meter. I'll readjust you again, or I'll just flip this guy around actually. We're gonna have to take the top off to get to the spark plug here. They got it just hidden up above the or underneath the cover here to get to where I need to get to on the wire. But we'll get this top cover off, hopefully easy enough, and get that hour meter mounted. Like I said, hour meter, just a cheapo Chinese made one, Amazon. Get these anywhere from 10 bucks or about 10 bucks I think is what I paid for this one. This one just tells hours. Some of them will tell you RPMs and I don't know, a few other things too I suppose, but this one just does hours. I don't care what the RPM is running on this, unless it overspeeds, but anyway. Just needed that. But these run anywhere from 10 bucks to about 20 bucks. Just look on Amazon. Get whatever you desire. Check your ratings, etc. But we'll go ahead and see, this thing comes with 2 screws, some zip ties, the meter itself. No real hookup to it, just slides in there. Get this other stuff out. Okay, anyway, let's get this top cover off. Really? I don't like that right there. That first guy would not loosen up. He loosened up, but he almost felt like he was wrong end, not the nut was stricken. We'll see. So 2 nuts off. That'll be okay. The stud's still in there. It's just the nut didn't release from the stud was looser than the nut is what it amounted to. That'll be okay. I do have some fuel in there, so I'm just going to leave that hanging off to the side. Okay. It says to wrap this guy 5 times. It says 4 centimeters from the plug or from the boot, but as far as I am, yeah, 4 centimeters from the end of the spark plug boot. Spark plug that's a pretty long boot. Typical boot's that long. I'm going right here. Do what you want when you do yours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Showing the picture, securing it with a zip tie. Just like this. Get that guy pulled up nice and tight. So it's wrapped or twisted. Of course, doesn't come unraveled. Go. Hands are slick from doing the oil change now. Sweaty too, a little bit probably. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and fix this stud right quick because that's going to be a pain in the butt to get lined up when I put it back together. I'll be right back after I get that nut and that stud off. Okay. Yeah, that thing in there tight. I got her fixed. Got the stud in here. These two guys were tight. This is the stud that came out with the nut on the cover. Put a little blue Loctite on there. Just some medium strength stuff. And I'm definitely not going to put these top nuts back on near as tight as whoever did it at the factory. So, I'm actually, it mentions in here about testing it before you secure it. I'm going to go ahead and secure it. We're going to put this guy over here on the side to clear the air filter. Here's the power on and off switch, kill switch, choke. So I think that'll be a good spot to put the meter just right there. It's out of the way. The exhaust is on this side. I didn't want to put it up here to detract away from looks. Not that looks matter a whole lot on here, but that's the way I am. Put it where you want. I like stuff to look halfway decent. But being that they don't talk about cutting the wire to length, that's a heck of a lot of wire that I don't need. And so I'm going to we'll go ahead and put the cover back down. Yeah, put the cover back down. We're wired up here. I'm going to go ahead and mount the meter right here. And we'll put this just slides, the wire just slides into a groove. There's a groove right there. The wire just slides into there. There's no real attachment. It just picks up the, is that called inductance? The signal, the little spark, that it picks up. So that'll be long enough to be out of the way. I might drill an extra hole and put a zip tie just to hold this up off of the exhaust here. Or the head, that's not the exhaust, the head. But right there in the corner, just hold that. But as long as this thing picks up properly, I'm going to cut the wire right here. Get rid of all that excess. No point in winding it up if I don't need it. Oh, come on. Got a little molded bumps, ridges, whatever you call it, to hold this guy in there. There it goes. Well, actually, let me grab a screwdriver, shove that guy down just a hair. Down in there as neat and far as I can get it. But once it's in there, it doesn't want to slide either. That'll be okay. All right. Butterfingers. Just putting this all back on so that I can start it up. Luckily it's pretty easy though, obviously. 3 screws, that whole cover just popped up. I can actually leave that off to the side right there. Once we get it started up, insert the pickup wire into the rear of the meter, start the motor and make sure the meter is picking up the ignition signal. If it is, we'll activate the timer on the meter and the icon on the left of the LCD will flash. It says you'll have to wait at least 6 minutes for the timer to start increasing because it goes in tenths of a minute. We're not going to wait that long. We just want to make sure we're getting signal. All right, we got signal, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here. We'll mount it here. Like I said, I'll drill a small hole and we'll put a zip tie right here to hold this up out of the way. Got a little bit of play there, that's good. Oop, not too much though. Okay, that'll work right there. I don't want to let that run or fire up too long. I just wanted to get the signal because I don't have the water hooked up. It's not good. Run these without the water hooked up. What am I looking for? See if we can't get these screws started without drilling a pilot hole. Just plastic and Come back. Just plastic. And these are the pointed type screws. They should start themselves pretty easy into plastic. Let's see. Does my drill bit, does my screw bit. That fits into there. Yep, that fits, okay. We use the mag tip. I like magnetic tips. Prevents you from dropping stuff if you're not careful. There it is. Watch your finger on the back side. Wouldn't you know it? Tiny ass screws. Okay, good to go. Perfect. Just like that. Flush cuts your zip tie. Cut the excess off this one. If I need to, I've got a little bit more for some, if that decides to, if I need to move it. There we go. Now let's hook her up and time to wash the truck again. I won't bore you with all that, but pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Looks pretty good, I think. Yeah. Oil change, hour meter. Not necessarily, but it's fun. I like doing different things, trying something different now. You guys seen it done. I know there's other videos, but this is the way I did it on mine. If you've got a Predator or another pressure washer, that's how easy it is to hook up. Seen it working. I'm going to wash the truck and we'll see what this thing says at the end. Actually, I'm just going to kind of rinse off the truck. We'll see what the hour meter reads once I'm done hosing off the truck here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment if you would. Share videos. Appreciate it all. If you're looking for the AMSOIL, 360plusoil.com for my website. All the information you ever want. We got lookup guides, everything else for no matter what type of equipment you got. Car, vehicle, your small engines, lawnmowers, weed eaters. Not so much weed eaters. That's just two-stroke oil basically in them. But yeah, appreciate it, guys. More videos to come. Catch y'all later.